Well, students, here we are in week 7 of our course. Would you believe we are already on week 7? It's kind of amazing, isn't it? Well, I wanted to address this particular section because it has to do with organizational change and impacting organizational change. Change is something that we can't avoid. No matter what we do in life, things keep evolving, they keep changing. And organizations keep changing, and as we know, the people in the organizations are what keep the organizations going. I always look at customers in two different segments. If we were doing an internal and external SWOT analysis, our internal customers are always going to be our employees. Our external customers are those that buy from us. There has to be a harmony. There has to be a balance. There has to be an equilibrium, whatever you want to call it, between our internal and our external environments. Which means that in order to meet deadlines, in order to achieve strategic goals, it's absolutely imperative that we keep up with what the customer is looking for, changes that they are looking for. Like I said, things keep changing, they keep evolving. But in order to keep up with change, we have to look at basically doing an internal and external SWOT analysis of our organization. How quickly are we recognizing changes that need to be made, and how effectively can we adapt to the changes that our customers are looking for? And through this entire chapter, we're going to be examining organizational change through both internal and external factors. So when we have to change up internally, we got to move people around. We might need to add skill sets that we haven't needed before. Bring in experts in certain areas. We might have to tighten up on our time value line and how long it takes us to complete projects. Okay, so managing the change isn't just the responsibility of the leader, foreman, general contractor, whatever you want to call, whoever that leader is. It isn't just their responsibility, it's also the responsibility of those that report to the designated leader. Because you have to be able to accept the change as much as to feel it or to understand it. Once we do that, we're going to be able to look at stress in a whole different way. We all know about Eurostress and distress. Eurostress is like good cholesterol. We want more of it. That's when you're pumped, you're psyched about doing a job. A lot of you wrote about how excited you are in maintaining your goals and reaching them in a timely fashion. But distress is like bad stress, like the LDL, the bad cholesterol. We want to reduce that. In order to reduce stress, we have to keep accepting changes as they occur, but understand what we can change and also understand what we can change. And we have to be honest about it. That means that if we comply to certain protocols, we have to be able to keep those protocols. A lot of you wrote about stressful situations that you run into on the jobs, but that doesn't change the dynamic of the relationship you have with one another. So there's going to be some things in this chapter that talk about how to reduce stress. And I want you to pay special attention to it. The more you're on point, the more you're on your game, the better off you are. And that means having the synergy between you where information flows not only from the top down, but from the bottom up and laterally. So, in summary, it was wonderful having you all in my class. I want to tell you that. I want to tell you that you all worked very, very hard, and I appreciate that. It's a lot, having a full-time job, working with families, working with school, many of you full-time students. It's hard to do all that. But it kind of correlates to what's in the chapter, the stress levels. How do we keep them down? How do we effectively cover everything that we need to cover and get it done right? Well, it's all up to you and your time management, understanding time management, which is what we could talk about maybe in other courses, is how we're able to balance everything. Like I said earlier, when I started this video, that means how do we find that equilibrium? How do we find that balance between home life, work life, that type of thing? That's all part of accepting change because everyone has to make sacrifices for what they need to do in life, professionally and personally. So your final paper uploads are due week 7, due this week. And I'd like ideally to have you uploaded by the last day, which is the 22nd of April. I don't have a very big window to get your grades in. So I left all the links open for you, but whatever you need to get done, whatever you haven't answered in any one of the weeks, here's your chance to do it. Because once I would say April 23rd at midnight, I shut everything off. I have to. Because now I'm going on to my next course. And I have to get the grades into the registrar. So good luck with all of you, and you know how to reach out to me if you need to. Thank you, Professor DeChico.